Hello everybody, welcome to your beginner Berserker tips backpack battles guide. So what we're going to be doing today is we are just going to be playing through a regular Berserker game, talking about kind of the decisions I'm making as I go, where I'm starting, kind of as I think through my build from the start, how that's going to potentially change over time. This is not an optimized build. This is just what a regular game may look like from a Berserker perspective. And we'll be talking through the decisions I'm making, what you should be thinking through, especially as a beginner, and going from there. So with that being said, we're going to start with loadout and bag. So we are going to go ahead and go with the duffel bag. This is the standard Berserker bag. It gives you a boost for the items that are inside during battle rage. And it's going to be your basic, not super complicated bag that's going to be super easy to build with when you go Berserker. I will be going ranked, as I always suggest, especially for new players. We're on a fresh account here. And let's go ahead and get into it. One thing we want to be thinking of, so the build that I am going to be shooting for right now, the build that I'm striving for is a double axe. So double axe is your standard, basic, super easy to build, but super strong Berserker build. So as a beginner, you're going to be want to be going for double axe pretty regularly. And double axe is going to require a lot of bananas. So anytime you see a banana, go ahead and grab it. Gonna go ahead and grab this on sale healing herb. Reminder that things on sale are essentially free. You can sell them for exactly what you bought them for, meaning if you decide 2 seconds later you don't want it, you haven't lost anything, right? Same with stones. They cost 1, you can sell them for 1, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that stone. All right. That may be it for this round. Spikes are interesting on Berserker. Oops. Spikes are interesting on Berserker. They do go well with double axe. I'm going to go ahead and grab this spike. I'll probably put it on that shield next round, so I want to reserve that shield. And I'm going to go ahead and start round 1. We may lose this one just because we only have a sword and the forging hammer, but there's a chance we also take it. So let's see what happens here. All right, and we did come out on top. That is great. It's good to not start with a loss. Okay, and great. Coming out hot, we have our first axe. All right, so we are definitely going to be grabbing that. Again, double axe requires 2 axes. And we're going to want to be grabbing that. It's great to get it on round 2. We'll be looking out for a second one as well as soon as we can find one. All right, so let's do some rearranging here. I'm going to not be super focused on arranging the perfect builds this game, just because I want to get through it and I want to make sure that we're talking through everything that I'm doing here, and I don't want to spend too much time with that. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll just leave this stuff out. Hopefully that doesn't cost me a loss. Let's see. Okay, we're already running out of stamina with only 1 axe, which is totally understandable and expected, but we want to make sure we're continuing to buff up our stamina. Another thing here is you want to make sure that your axe, your main weapon, is going to be inside your duffel bag, because it's going to give you faster triggering and less damage, right? So faster triggering is great, but you just got to make sure you have the stamina to keep up with it. This is great. We're going to take the spicy banana. This is not something you're always going to get, but if you have the opportunity to get it, definitely grab spicy banana with this build. You're going to be building a lot of bananas, and it's gonna help you. It's really get strong here, okay? Go ahead and grab the space. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the onion as well. Get some food stacking happening. Grab the spike, because we've got some spikes going. So we've got a pretty good engine rolling here. Oops. We'll put the stone in, because why not? And we'll leave it at that. Early game food is really good. So if you see an onion or banana, especially if they're on sale, definitely buy them and throw them into your bag if you have the space. All right, so we got a good thing going here, and we already have our second axe, which is amazing. I actually may do something a bit unconventional and not build it right now, just because I don't think I have the stamina to keep. We're going to go ahead and build it, because obviously it takes a whole round to build, so we'll go ahead and build it, even though our stamina usage is going to be a little high when we have that double axe, but that's okay. Hopefully we can get some more bananas, some potions that can help out with that. Another thing to keep in mind here on Berserker is gloves, and hopefully we see a few sets of gloves, but especially with double axe, you're going to want to be getting as many gloves as you can. And you're going to build the dragon skin gloves with the forging hammer. And then you're going to put those gloves right on your double axe. It's going to make it super, super strong, right? All right. So we've got the double axe. We're rocking and rolling. Let's go ahead and fit it in somewhere. Where do we want this? Again, not going to focus too much on how I've built here. Just want to make sure we get the right stuff in play. Okay, Thorn Whip is interesting. Thorn Whip is expensive from a stamina perspective, but it could be really strong as a synergy with this double axe here. So I'm going to go ahead and buy it and buy some more space. I don't usually buy space if I don't have anything to put in it, but I just want to make sure all of these, as many slots as possible, are open for the next reroll. So it's kind of something you got to keep in mind, right? Like, yeah, obviously if the spot is held, you can't get something new. But if you want to buy something to put in a backpack slot, I bought something to put in this one slot instead, which I decided not to do and just go for the space. Okay, up against another Berserker here. They are running a hammer. Not super strong, all over the place, but that is okay. Gets us where we need to be. All right, I'm not going to pick any of these unique items just because they're not typical. I will be grabbing that reminder that we want gloves. We definitely want to have gloves. I forgot I have the Thorn Whip. All right, I have the Thorn Whip. I don't think I'm going to make the space for it now. I think we're still going to be okay. And I like our current stamina usage where we are. Yeah, except if I throw this in, yeah, it's high. Yeah, so we'll keep that out for now. This is, again, not something super conventional, just grabbing something and throwing it in your storage forever. But it was the best play for me at the time. I'm going to reserve this because I want to make that dragon skin armor as well. Actually, let's go ahead and make sure we get that this round. Move this stuff around. And then next round, we'll be able to build that armor. All right. Okay, looking good. Looking great. Okay, we are cruising with our double axe. Getting a double axe early is really good. All right, so what do we want to do here? Let's grab some more space. We're going to let these two go ahead and combine this next round. Still just have the Thorn Whip sitting here. Let's see if we can find some more space. All right, stamina, that's good. A stamina sack. So as a new player, you want to make sure that you're learning what each bag does. It's easy to just see your entire bag as a holding vessel, essentially, but obviously it's much more than that. And they all have different abilities. And something I'm not doing here, but something you're definitely going to want to do, whether you're playing Berserker, Ranger, any other class really, is you want to dump your bag and rebuild it pretty regularly throughout a round. All right, we're going to get beat here, but that's okay. But yeah, dump your bag and rebuild it. It's hard to remember, right, how to optimize unless you're running from a clean slate. So just dumping everything out of it, rearranging even your sacks, what you want to be in each sack, and how you want to have that organized, right? So super important to keep that in mind. All right, so here we are going to be choosing a subclass. We are going to take Blacksmith. And the reason being is Blacksmith is really good on double axe, especially if you can boost it up with a lot of crafted items, which we should have as a Berserker because we should be crafting a lot of the dragon armor. So we're going to take that. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. Wolf Emblem, if you want to do a wolf build, obviously you'll have to pick Wolf Emblem to get the wolves. That is time for another video. That's not really a standard Berserker build. Same with runes, so that's going to give you a bit of a different take on what we're doing with Berserker. Chieftain is a great item. If you need mana for any reason, if you're building Mana Thirst or anything of that nature, you're going to want to take this. Also, if you have a lot of the accessories that are going to boost this, definitely consider taking this for that as well. Alrighty. And then for fighter, Brass Knuckles. This is pretty standard boost for your items. We will take the anvil. And the reason for that is it's pretty basic. It's pretty easy to build around, especially when you're building around double axe. So it's going to essentially give you boosts to whatever items you put in your green slots based on the number of crafted items you have in your star slots, which we should have plenty of. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that now. The other classes, they're a bit more nuanced, right? So we have the wolf class that is going to be an entire different build that's a little bit more specialized, not a standard Berserker class. And then a couple of the other classes work similarly. For example, the rune class, the rune subclass, and some of the others. So those are a little bit more nuanced. Anvil is going to give us just basic boost on our weapon and the build that we're going for here. Okay. So remember Heroic Potion. I told you this was super, super helpful, super useful in this build. We're going to want to be building several of those if we can. All right, going to go ahead and grab the potion belt as well to go along with that. Let's do a little bit of moving some stuff around here. Okay. All right, and we still have this thorn whip hanging out, but we still don't have the space for it, which is okay. Let's re-roll that. Okay, Hungry Blade I may actually want to consider here, but I want to consider it in conjunction with Thorn Whip. And we're going to have to give up a round because that's going to be way too much stamina usage in one. So I'm going to buy that now. I'm going to sell this onion. I'm going to just essentially give up this round in order to get this built in hopes that it can give us a nice boost. All right. There. I'm not going to purposely give up the round. Obviously, I'm going to try to still win it with what I've got. But it's not super likely at current. But we can get all this stuff in the board. So I have super high stamina. I could take my double axe out here, and that may actually give me... Yeah, let's actually do that. Might give me a little bit of a better opportunity here. And let's see what happens. Alright. It's going to be close. Just got a heal off there, but we still got the win. Great. Okay. Alright, we got the win. We now have a lot more kind of like spike power here with Bloodthorn. We don't have a lot of regen to power up Bloodthorn, so Bloodthorn uses regen to gain Vampirism and Spike. But we do have a lot of other spike working here, so that's okay. We're going to be able to get this axe back in the picture as well. We do have really high stamina usage, so we are going to actually pull this out of the bag. We're going to take the claws off because the claws speed up item triggers, and that obviously uses more stamina. So we're going to go ahead and take that out. So we're doing this a little bit wonky here. We're also going to buy these claws. Let's get another stamina sack. always take the stamina. Let's get another spike. And let's go ahead and roll with that. This may be a loss, but let's see what happens with our stamina situation here. Yep, we're running out quite a bit. Yeah, okay. So we may need to reconsider having both of these things at once. Okay, as far as a skill, I think I'm just going to go more stats. And we're going to take more banana, of course. Oops. Obviously, the fire wasn't helping us either with stamina usage because that's going to trigger items faster. And that is not what we wanted at the time. Got quite high stamina usage still, but we do have a lot going for us in the stamina department. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to push this back into the backpack. Get these gloves on the axe. Yeah, that's just too much. All right, let's get these stats in here. Let's see what else we can roll for. Of course, another axe. All right, let's get these flames back in here as well. We're going to grab the healing herb. We're going to leave the bloodthorn out for now and see what happens. I think we'll reserve the bag and we'll go. All right, let's see how this one rolls for us with just the double axe working. We need to hit rage here. Yep. Yeah, not quite enough. It's a little too weak. A little bit not quite enough damage output happening. And all we have to help with that right now is this. And that makes our stamina go way up, our stamina usage. But let's try to make it work. Okay. Yeah, we're just rolling for anything useful for stamina here. We are low on bananas, actually. For where I'd like to be. But that's okay. We just got one there, which is good. We're going to keep rolling. But we'll grab that. And we'll go ahead and start. Alright, this is a bit of a weird one. We definitely need some more stamina. More bananas would be very nice here. She's building up some burn pretty quickly, but that's okay. We got the W there. Alright, so we didn't run out of stamina too much there, it seemed. Let's grab this. We always want this. I do want to make space for it in this potion pouch. So what we're going to do... Move this around. Again, not going to spend too much time moving stuff around here. But just enough to hopefully make little changes. Okay, that should get us there. We're going to keep buying regen. Remember, we're building regen for Bloodthorn. Regen helps power up Bloodthorn. I'm interested in this pineapple, but it's expensive. I think I'm just going to leave it for now. Interested in the garlic for sure, especially at 1. Just grab it and throw it in here. Here, we can make some space for it in the middle. Definitely interested in this space, which we should be able to fit next round. This space as well. And that's that. Let's see what happens here. All right, so we are running low on stamina, as expected, as anticipated. They are beefy. They've got a lot of heals and a lot of armor here. Yeah, they got a lot of those stone items that are doing really well for them. A lot of stones. Yeah, they just have a really synergistic build happening here. Yeah, totally. Okay. That's all right. Let's keep it rolling. We're going to get more bananas. Bananas on bananas. We'll take the flame. Nowhere to put it right now. That's okay. Do we have space for this? Yes, we do. Grab the protective purse as well. We want accuracy on the double axe as well. So it's only 85% accurate. So oil lamps are actually really great for double axe, because they provide extra accuracy. So we will be taking that for sure. And doing a reroll here. We'll go ahead and reserve the healing herb and see how we get with this next round. All right, gonna go ahead and speed through this one here, see where we are. Okay, great. That one went quite well for us. We ended with quite a bit of spikes. They had more spikes than us actually, and more stuff overall, but I think the damage from our double axe here, along with the accuracy boost from the oil lamp, really did us good. All right, let's see if we can get one more. You know what? We'll take this. It's on sale. It's useful to us. Grab this bag. The flame up here. All right, we're running low on... Okay, we definitely want this. All right, so spiked collar is really good if you're doing a spike build with Berserker. This is going to be really useful for us. It gives you more spikes when you enter Battle Rage. Battle Rage lasts longer. And it's really good. And you can also combine it with things. So you can combine it with Spike Shield to make a spiked wall, which is also very strong. And I may actually consider that. It does take up more space. But it is quite a strong item. Alright, we have quite a bit of debuffs. We resisted a bit of poison there. I think our poison resist actually saved us in that case, which is great. And we went ahead and got the win. I'm going to go ahead and just keep rolling into survival and see as far as we can get. And just work with y'all to keep talking through some of this stuff. So we got the spiked wall here. We want to go ahead and throw it in, make a little bit of space for it. So spiked wall makes your battle rage last longer. So essentially everything the other two had combined plus more. So it makes battle rage last longer. The return damage on spikes is better, and it prevents damage, and it gives spikes. It does drop your stamina regen, so again, not that great with double axe, but I'm going to go ahead and actually take Bloodthorn off for now and just keep spiked wall and see what happens. It may be a bad idea to take off that extra damage, but I want to just see how it goes, experiment with it. And we'll go ahead and throw this dagger in and build it as well, and then we will keep going on the regen train even though we pulled Bloodthorn off. I'm probably going to end up putting it on next round, but I just want to see what happens here. Alright, let's keep pulling. Okay. We just need a 1. I guess we can throw this in here and this here, this here. We'll reserve that. All right, let's see what happens here with the build that we've got together with just double axe, essentially, and a dagger. All right, so we are definitely behind by quite a bit. They've got a lot. Yeah, we're just not doing enough damage without it. You're just not doing quite enough damage. We weren't that far off. All right, so reminder, dagger and dagger variants don't cost any stamina to use, so I pretty much always go with them. We're gonna toss this out in favor of these two. All right, we got very high stamina usage. We're totally packed, totally full here. I think I want to grab the blood amulet here. I would love to get the heart container. So I'm going to go ahead and reserve that and see what happens next round. Heart container is really good for Bloodthorn because it gives regen. All right, let's just roll with this, I think, and save our money for next round. See what happens here. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up a bit. Trying to keep this video a little shorter. Okay, great. So that worked quite a bit better. Even though we were running out of stamina from time to time, the damage just did it for us. Okay, more bananas. Yes, I want to get them. I need space for them, and I need them to be within our spicy banana here. So I'm going to do a little bit of reorganizing. Not too much, hopefully, here. Alright, so we've still got anvil on the axe with a bunch of crafted stuff around it. Let's pull the spike for now. Put our just stats, put our regen, healing herbs. Oops. Oh, that's good. We need to get oil lamp on there. Take the flames out. We'll put the spike, one of the spikes in instead. Actually, I'll put these spikes in, both of them in. Alright, and then I want to consider heart container, but I need to think about what I want to give up. So let's just go ahead and grab it first so we have it. I can definitely, yeah, I can definitely, here, I can just put it here essentially. And I'll replace one of these healing herbs. Got a lot of banana happening. Oh, this banana is still not within spicy banana. Good thing I checked that. How am I going to do this? There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. What do we want in this slot here? I think we want more regen. Honestly. Yep, I think this is good. Don't need the potion belts instead of other stuff. I think we're rocking and rolling here. Ooh, cheese we'll buy. Especially on sale. Cheese is a great item. Let's see. See how we can do some optimizing here now that we're fully built. Okay, nice. That went great. And spiked collar. I'm actually not sure if spiked collar and spiked wall can stack. I'm not sure. Cheese, so cheese is good. cheese is good for crafting. Cheese on its own is also good, but I don't know if it actually fits into the build that we have going right now. Let's buy spiked collar and throw it in. Again, totally my bad. I don't even know if it actually stacks. But let's see how that goes. And honestly, I think we're cooking here. Oh, cheese and goober actually go extremely well together. I don't know if it's worth blowing up my entire build for. Alright, so we're rocking and rolling here. Let's go again. Okay. They have... Okay, we got a ranger. They got some regen. They've got some spikes. They've got a blood goober. They're all over the place here. But it's somehow seemingly strong, but not quite strong enough. And that's it. I guess we made it through. This last round was probably our closest in survival, but it worked out. And yeah, so just a few things to keep in mind. You gotta build, you gotta learn your synergies. I definitely suggest playing ranked. Have a build in mind when you go in. Have something in mind, but be willing to change that, to be a little bit more flexible about what you're doing. And if you see something you like, take it. Try stuff out. Don't be afraid to lose a round or two to see what works, because that's the only way you're going to learn. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here, and I will catch you all next time.